My child, stop right here. Do not scroll away from this moment. I need you to pause where you are and give me just 1 minute of your time. You did not arrive at this video by accident or by a simple tap of your finger. Heaven aligned time itself to bring your eyes to these words right now. I set this exact moment aside for your weary soul. I know how fast the world moves around you every single day. Everyone is asking for your time, your energy, and your strength. You feel like you are running a race that never ends, and your legs are growing heavy. You look at your phone, searching for a distraction or a small spark of hope. But today, I stepped directly into your path, because I knew you could not carry this weight alone for another hour. Listen to me with the deepest place inside your heart. I promise you with all my love that you will not regret staying right here with me. Something shifted in the unseen realm the exact second your eyes found this video. You have been crying out for a breakthrough in the dark, and I heard every single whisper. Do not rush past this sacred moment, because what I am about to speak over your life will change everything. Come closer to me, my beloved child. Let me speak softly to the part of you that is most tired. I see you so clearly, even when you feel completely invisible to everyone else around you. You have been fighting battles in silence for months, pretending you are okay when your spirit is breaking inside. You put on a brave face for the world, and you smile for those who depend on you every day. You show up for everyone else, but no one ever stops to ask how your heart is doing. You have become the pillar of strength for your family, your friends, and your workplace. They think you have it all together because you never complain out loud. But I have watched you when the doors are closed and the lights are off. I saw the heavy sigh you released the moment you were finally left alone. I saw you sitting on the edge of your bed, staring into the dark and wondering how much longer you can keep going. Your body is present, but your spirit feels entirely drained. You feel an aching inside your chest that sleep cannot cure and rest cannot fix. I am here to tell you that I saw every single moment of your silent struggle. Not one tear you shed in private was wasted or forgotten by me. If you can feel my presence stepping into your room right now, take a quiet breath. Type the word Amen in the comments right now as an act of agreement between your heart and mine. Let this small action be a sign that you are ready to stop running and let me hold your burdens. Comment Amen if you feel me speaking directly to your soul in this moment. Now, let your shoulders relax. Let the tightness in your neck melt away completely. You do not have to hold everything together while you are sitting here with me. For so long, you have been living inside a heavy trap that you could not name. I call this the exhaustion trap. It is a subtle trap that the enemy set up to drain your faith before your miracle could arrive. You see, you have been trying to heal spiritual fatigue with physical rest. You told yourself that if you could just get 8 hours of sleep or take a short vacation, the heaviness would leave your heart. But every morning when your eyes open, the weight is already sitting on your chest before you even step out of bed. That is because your body is resting, but your spirit is still wearing heavy armor. You are exhausted because you have been carrying things that were never meant for your shoulders to hold. You have been trying to fix problems that only my hands can solve. You carry the worry of your financial future, the tension in your relationships, and the deep fear of failing those you love. You hold on to all of it because you believe that if you let go, everything will fall apart completely. My beloved child, hear my voice right now. You were never created to carry the weight of the universe. You were created to be loved, to be guided, and to rest in my divine protection. The enemy wants you so exhausted that you stop expecting good things to happen in your life. He wants you to believe that this constant weariness is just who you are now. But that is a lie, and today I am breaking it. I guided your spirit to this exact video because the season of carrying everything alone ends today. You have looked at your life and asked me why every step forward feels so heavy and slow. You have wondered why the answers you begged for in prayer seemed delayed or forgotten in the noise. You thought my silence meant I was angry with you, or that I had turned my face away. But I need you to know the absolute truth. My silence was never my abandonment. What you called a painful delay was actually my holy protection over your life. I was standing in the gap, shielding you from rooms you were not ready to enter, and keeping you away from people who would have broken your heart even deeper. I held you back because I was preparing a table for you that required a stronger foundation than the one you had built. Look at me with your spiritual eyes right now. You are not behind in life. You are not late to your own destiny, and you have not missed your window of blessing. The world measures time by age and achievements, but I measure time by your readiness to carry my glory. You thought you were breaking down in the dark, but in truth, you were being reshaped by my loving hands. I know you are weary from waiting for a sign that things will get better. You have asked me in the quiet hours of the night if I still have a plan for you or if your best days are already behind you. Hear me clearly, my child. What I am about to release into your life in this new season will make the long waiting feel like the most necessary gift I have ever given you. Do not let distraction pull you away from this message right now. The enemy knows that if you stay and listen to what I am about to reveal, his hold over your mind will be broken forever. He wants you to scroll to the next video, to check your messages, or to return to the busy noise of your daily routine. But I am asking you to stay with me for just a little longer and let my peace wash over your soul. There is a sacred reason why I set this exact moment aside for you today. You are standing at the threshold of a massive spiritual shift, and I am about to hand you the key to the doors you have been crying outside of for years. The heavy fog that has clouded your thinking is about to lift. Breathe in my presence right now, and let me show you the truth about the hidden battle you have been fighting. You do not have to fight this war in your own empty strength any longer. I am stepping into your atmosphere, and I am taking the lead. Every heavy burden you have carried in secret is being laid down right at my feet in this very hour. Stay close to me as I uncover what has been happening in the unseen realm while you were waiting for your prayers to be answered. You are my chosen child, a carefully formed masterpiece created for a high purpose. Even when you felt unloved, forgotten, or worthless, my eye was always upon you. You are a jewel covered in dust, but the dust does not change the priceless value of the stone underneath. I am wiping away the dirt of your past struggles today, and I am revealing the light I placed inside your spirit from the beginning. Breathe deeply, my child, and let your racing thoughts come to a complete stop. The noise of your worries cannot survive in the quiet majesty of my presence. I am here with you right now, and I am preparing your heart to receive the answers you have sought for so long. Listen closely with your soul as we move deeper into the sacred truth I have prepared specifically for your journey today. My beloved child, let us step even deeper into the sacred quiet together. I want to talk to you about the places you keep hidden from every human eye. You have become an expert at wearing a mask of strength. You walk through your day with a calm smile, but your heart is carrying a storm of quiet desperation. You feel completely isolated in a world that is full of loud people. You look at the people around you, and you feel like a stranger in your own life. They talk about their plans and their happiness, while you are simply trying to survive the next hour. You wonder why it feels so easy for others to find peace, while you have to fight for every single breath of hope. I saw you when you felt the heavy sting of loneliness in a crowded room. I saw you in the bathroom when you turned on the water faucet so no one would hear the sound of your weeping. I saw you press your face into your pillow, muffling your sobs so your family would not worry about you. You held your hand tightly over your chest because the emotional pain was so sharp that it felt like a physical wound. You sat on the floor, empty of words and empty of tears. You whispered to the darkness and asked if anyone actually cared about your suffering. You wondered if I was even listening to the cries of your soul. Hear me right now with every part of your spirit. I was sitting on that floor right beside you in your darkest moment. I felt every sharp pang in your heart, and I held you close when you felt like you were shattering into pieces. Not a single tear fell from your eyes without me recording it in my heavenly storehouse. The world may call your tears a sign of weakness, but I call them precious seeds of your coming transformation. You thought you were weeping in isolation, but I was using those silent tears to wash away the heavy burdens that were never yours to carry. You are not broken beyond repair, my child. If you feel my comforting hand on your heart right now, take a moment to respond to my voice. Type the words "you see me" in the comments right now as a holy declaration. Let it be the moment you release the shame of your hidden suffering and step into my gentle light. Comment "you see me" if you are ready to let go of the heavy pain you have carried alone for far too long. Pause where you are and let those words settle deep into your spirit. You do not have to hide your wounds from me. I do not demand that you come to me with perfect words or a strong posture. I love you most when you are fragile and broken, because that is when my grace shines brightest in your life. But I need to reveal a spiritual truth that will free your mind from confusion. You have spent years asking yourself why your life feels like a constant uphill battle. You have wondered why every time you take one step forward, a wave of trouble seems to push you 2 steps back. You thought you were failing, or that you lacked the faith needed to receive your blessing. But I am here to tell you that your struggle was never a reflection of your worth. You have been living under an invisible spiritual attack that I call the unseen interference. The enemy knows the immense glory and purpose that I placed inside your soul from the day you were formed. He knows that if you ever realize who you truly are in my kingdom, you will break every chain in your family line. So he built a wall of heavy static around your mind. He flooded your daily life with overwhelming noise, constant worry, and endless pressure. He did this to drown out the quiet frequency of my voice in your heart. He wanted to make you believe that I had stopped speaking to you, and that my promises were no longer active in your life. But the static you experienced was not my absence from your story. The interference was blocking your ability to hear my guidance clearly. While you were sitting in the dark wondering why your prayers seemed unanswered, I was already working on a divine solution for your weary heart. Because I see your deep exhaustion, I have aligned an earthly tool to help restore the quiet peace inside your mind. I guided wise minds to bring forth a special instrument of restoration for this exact season. This instrument was aligned by my hand to help clear away the heavy static of the enemy and restore the natural rhythm I placed inside your soul from the beginning. It is a gentle provision that requires no heavy striving or human effort from you. I will show you exactly what this provision is and where to find it before this message comes to a close today. Do not let your heart grow fearful or skeptical, my beloved child. I work through great miracles, but I also provide daily bread and practical tools for your earthly journey. When my children were weary in the desert, I gave them manna from heaven. When you are weary in this modern world, I place physical instruments of peace directly in your path to refresh your tired soul. I want you to take a deep breath right now and release the need to understand every detail of the future. The enemy wants you to stay trapped in overthinking and constant analysis. He wants you to keep replaying past mistakes and worrying about tomorrow's problems. But my voice brings simplicity, clarity, and instant calm to your anxious spirit. You have carried the title of a survivor for so many years that you forgot what it feels like to live in total freedom. You survived childhood pain. You survived betrayal by people you trusted with your heart. You survived financial lack and moments where you did not know how the bills would be paid. You survived all of it because my hand was holding you up when your own legs gave out. Look back over your life right now with spiritual eyes. Remember the times you thought you would not make it through the night. Remember the moments your heart was so broken that you thought you would never laugh again. Yet, here you are today, sitting in my presence, listening to my voice, and standing on your feet. You survived because I never let go of your hand. My child, survival was only the first chapter of your story. I did not pull you out of the deep waters just to leave you standing on the edge of the shore in exhaustion. I brought you through the storm because I am leading you into a broad place of rest, overflow, and spiritual power. The season of barely getting by is coming to an absolute end in your life. The pain you felt was real, but it was not in vain. Every single disappointment was a holy pruning of things that were holding you back. Every closed door was a divine barricade keeping you away from unseen dangers. You thought you were being punished, but you were actually being prepared for a glory that your mind cannot even fathom right now. Let the heavy sorrow leave your chest in this very moment. You do not need to defend yourself to those who misunderstood your journey. You do not need to prove your worth to people who treated you like an option. I am your defender. I am your vindicator. And I am the one who sets your value. You are precious to me beyond measure, and my love for you is unshakable. Stay close to me as we step into the next part of this divine revelation. I am about to open your eyes to the true reason behind your waiting season, and I will show you how I am turning your greatest trial into your greatest testimony. Breathe in my peace, my child, for your restoration has already begun. My beloved child, come close and listen with your spirit. Now is the time to raise your eyes from the dust of your past struggles. I want to reveal the divine mechanism behind every delay you have endured, so you can walk into your future with absolute confidence. You have spent countless nights asking me why the answers you begged for took so long to arrive in your hands. You looked at others who seemed to receive their blessings effortlessly while you walked through a long desert of silence. You wondered if your prayers were hitting a bronze sky, or if I had forgotten the dreams I placed in your heart. But hear me with the deepest part of your soul right now. There was a prophet named Elijah, whom I loved dearly. He called down fire from heaven and won a great spiritual victory. Yet, immediately after that victory, exhaustion seized his soul. He ran into the desolate wilderness, sat down under a broom bush, and begged me to take his life away. He was not faithless, my child. He was simply empty. He had given everything he had, and his physical vessel could not carry another step of the journey. I did not scold him for his weariness, nor did I judge him for his weakness. I sent an angel to bake him fresh bread and give him pure water to drink. I commanded him to rest and sleep under my watchful protection. I knew the journey ahead of him was too great for his own human strength. In the same way, my child, your long waiting season was not my rejection of your faith. It was my divine mercy giving your weary soul time to be restored and refilled. Remember also, my servant Joseph. I placed a glorious dream inside his young heart, a vision of leadership and divine purpose. Yet, right after receiving that dream, he was thrown into a dark pit by his own brothers and sold into heavy chains. He spent 13 long years in the isolation of an Egyptian prison for crimes he never committed. He cried out in the cold silence of that cell and wondered why I allowed his dream to be crushed. He did not understand it then, but I was using that dark prison to build a foundation beneath his feet that no earthly crown could ever destroy. If I had placed Joseph on the throne of Egypt the day after he had his dream, the weight of power would have crushed his character. The pit was not his grave, my child. It was my holy preparation room for his destiny. Your waiting season has been the exact same holy preparation room for your life. Every closed door you wept over was my hand blocking a path that would have ruined your spirit. Every relationship that ended abruptly was my hand cutting away branches that were stealing your fruitfulness. I delayed your breakthrough so you would not walk into rooms that would break your soul. I call what you have been walking through the protective delay. Remember this name in your heart whenever doubt tries to whisper lies into your mind. What the enemy intended for your destruction, I have been turning into your greatest deliverance. The delay was never a sign that I forgot you. It was the precise and loving timing of a father who refuses to give you a blessing before you are ready to hold it. If your heart receives this truth right now, take a step of faith with me. Type the words, "I trust your timing," in the comments right now as a sacred vow. Let those words shatter the impatience and fear that have bound your thoughts for so long. Comment, "I trust your timing," to align your spirit with my perfect design for your life. Listen carefully to what I am about to reveal next, because it will shift your entire reality. When I designed your human mind, I placed a sacred frequency at its very core. Scientists who have spent decades studying the brain have discovered this signal, and they call it the gamma wave. It is the exact frequency of pure receptivity, deep peace, and effortless insight that I placed in you from the day you were born. It ran freely in you when you were a little child. It is why children trust so purely, learn so effortlessly, and live without the heavy weight of tomorrow's worries. When I told my followers that they must become like little children to enter my kingdom, I was not speaking only of spiritual humility. I was speaking of the very frequency of mind that I designed for human beings to carry. The enemy used the overwhelming noise, constant pressure, and relentless stress of the modern world to drown out that sacred signal inside your brain. He filled your mind with static so you would stay trapped in worry and survival mode. But I guided wise minds to work with sound in the exact way I designed it. They built a frequency provision that clears away the noise and reactivates the gamma signal in your mind. You do not have to strive or exhaust yourself with complex rituals to receive this peace. It requires only 7 short minutes of complete surrender with headphones on, allowing the natural signal I placed in your spirit to be restored. I am going to show you exactly where to find this provision before this video ends today. It will help clear the fog from your mind so you can hear my voice with absolute clarity once again. Now, let me take you through a complete breakthrough in your spirit right now. I have watched you lie awake at night, searching your past for every mistake you made, wondering if your current pain is your own fault. You have told yourself that if you had been smarter or stronger, you would not be sitting in this wilderness today. I want to deny that lie from your life forever. You are not in this wilderness because you failed me, my beloved child. Here is the hidden mechanism you could not see. Your spirit lives outside of human time, and it can sense when a massive spiritual shift is approaching before your physical eyes can see it. That strange restlessness in your chest is not anxiety or failure. It is your spirit sensing that a long waiting season is finally coming to an end. I call this the spirit's foresight. What the world calls worry and restlessness, I call your soul standing at the very edge of a new season. So those years you thought were wasted were never wasted in my sight. Those nights you could not sleep were your spirit refusing to let you settle for a small, comfortable life that was beneath the glorious destiny I planned for you. So tonight, when that restlessness touches your heart, do not fight it and do not fear it. Place your hand gently on your chest and declare out loud that your spirit is sensing what your eyes cannot yet see. The waiting was never your punishment, my child. The waiting was my love preparing you for a harvest that will overflow every cup you hold. You are standing on holy ground right now. The chains of delay are trembling at my command, and the heavy atmosphere over your life is clearing away. Stay with me as we step into the climax of this message, where I release the full power of your breakthrough over your future. My child, listen to me right now with all the authority of heaven standing behind my voice. We have reached the exact moment for which this entire message was orchestrated. The long season of subtle spiritual attacks, constant mental exhaustion, and quiet defeat ends in this very hour. I am stepping directly into your circumstances, and I am speaking a divine decree over your life that no force of darkness can ever reverse. I am declaring over you right now that the heavy patterns of your family line end with you. The low ceiling that your parents and grandparents lived under, the endless cycle of financial lack, the constant anxiety, and the lie that peace belongs to someone else. I am breaking its power over your spirit today. You were chosen to be the cycle breaker who walks out of that dark valley once and for all. You are not a victim of your past, and you are not destined to repeat the mistakes of those who came before you. I placed a holy fire inside your soul that refused to die, even when the fierce storms were blowing at their hardest. The enemy targeted your life so relentlessly because he saw the immense light you carry. He knew that if you woke up to your true identity, an entire generational chain would break through your simple obedience. If you can feel the heavy chains breaking off your mind in this very moment, do not stay silent. Type the phrase "I receive it now" in the comments right now as an act of holy, bold declaration. Let your words echo in the spiritual realm as a seal upon your total freedom. Comment, "I receive it now," as you step out of the dark shadows and into my glorious light. Now, my beloved child, let me show you a clear vision of the future I have prepared for your life. I want you to picture a quiet morning just 6 months from today. You open your eyes as the soft sunlight begins to fill your room. and for the first time in many years, there is no heavy knot sitting in your stomach. The dark cloud of fear that used to greet you every single morning is completely gone. You lie in your bed for a moment, and a deep smile touches your lips. You breathe in deeply, and the air goes all the way down into a calm and relaxed chest. Your very first thought of the day is not a worry about money or a fear of failure. Your first thought is a simple and joyful question about what good things I have prepared for you to enjoy today. You walk through your home with lightness in your steps. You look in the mirror, and you see eyes that are bright with hope and peace. That peaceful version of you is not a distant fantasy, my child. That version of you already exists in my divine plan, and she is waiting for you to step forward. The distance between the weary person sitting here today and that peaceful person in the future is not measured in long years. It is measured in one single moment of complete surrender to my guidance. Before I show you where this divine provision is placed, I need to speak directly to the quiet doubt sitting in your heart. I feel you pulling back slightly in your thoughts right now. A subtle voice is whispering that this transformation is for people who are more righteous than you. Or perhaps you are thinking that you have already tried every prayer, every book, and every method, and nothing ever changed for long. My beloved child, let me silence that lie from your mind right now. I do not pour my blessings on those who think they have earned them. I pour my grace on those who are willing and humble enough to receive it. You do not need to work harder, and you do not need to prove your worth to me. What failed you in the past required your own human effort, but what I offer you today requires only your willingness to rest in my design. I have gifted humanity with the wisdom to discover the deep secrets I hid within sound and within the human brain. Over 30 years ago, I began quietly guiding dedicated servants of science toward this discovery. Wise institutions that I directed, including Princeton, Columbia, and the Dr. Einstein Center in Berlin, all confirmed the sacred power of the gamma wave that I placed in your mind from the beginning. I want to show you what I did for 2 of my children who received this provision before you arrived today. I moved in the life of my daughter Rachel, a nurse who had prayed for peace for years while her home felt broken. Within 2 weeks of receiving this provision, the channel opened, her marriage was restored, and her mind overflowed with joy. And for my son Michael, I moved differently. As his mind cleared, his business expanded, and financial abundance flowed into his home. They call this instrument the Genius Song. It is a sacred sound provision, engineered to restore the natural gamma frequency I placed inside your brain from the day you were born. It is not a generic meditation track or a commercial song that you can find on public music streaming platforms. Those imitations carry none of the restoration I designed. It requires only 7 minutes a day of complete surrender with your headphones on while you rest in my presence. This provision was aligned specifically for the one I have been speaking to throughout this entire message. It was built for the weary warrior who has fought faithfully in the dark and needs the heavy noise of the enemy cleared away. If you are the one who has tried everything and felt embarrassed to try once more, know that this instrument requires no work from you. It simply allows my peace to wash over your mind. Those who seek this peaceful state through earthly clinics pay hundreds of dollars for single sessions. But I do not ask for a great sacrifice from you. I place this provision within your reach for a small earthly exchange, a mustard seed investment for the great harvest I have prepared. I have also aligned 4 bonus gifts to bless your family, strengthen your focus, and protect your mind in every season ahead. Where I place truth, the enemy always sends imitations to confuse my children. Protect your spirit by avoiding false tracks on public streaming platforms, and use only the official path I set before you. Walk forward without any fear, because your step of faith is completely protected. If this provision does not bring the deep mental clarity and peace I promised, every earthly penny is returned to you in full over 60 days. My child, take this step of obedience right now. Do not let this moment pass you by, or let distraction steal the blessing I placed in your path today. Embrace the provision I have set before you by finding the path in the pinned comment below and in the video description. Step forward in faith and receive what I have prepared for your complete restoration. My beloved child, set aside the noise of decision for just a moment. I have shown you the divine provision I placed on your path today. Whether you step forward into that provision right now or in a later moment, know this truth with absolute certainty in your soul. You are still my precious child, deeply loved and fully protected by my hand. You do not need to feel any pressure or panic as you sit in my presence. Take a deep, slow breath right where you sit. Let your eyes soften and let the heavy tension leave your body completely. The urgent rush of the world outside your door cannot touch you here in my quiet space. You do not have to figure out every single step of your future today. I am already walking ahead of you, and I am making every crooked path straight while you rest in my love. I want you to know that the heavy burdens you carried into this moment do not belong to you anymore. You have fought so hard for so long, trying to be strong for everyone around you, but I am asking you to hand those heavy bags to me right now. Lay down the financial worry that kept you awake at 3 in the morning. Lay down the relationship, heartaches, and the quiet fear of the unknown. Lay down the unspoken tears you shed when you thought no one was looking. I am taking every single piece of your hidden pain, and I am replacing it with my unshakable peace. You do not need to strive or struggle in your own empty strength any longer. My peace is not like the fragile peace of the world, which comes and goes with every storm. My peace is a deep river that never runs dry. Feel my gentle presence filling every corner of the room you are sitting in right now. The heavy static that clouded your mind for so many months is clearing away like morning fog before the rising sun. You are stepping out of the dark valley and into a holy season of quiet restoration. The things that used to make your heart panic will no longer have any power over your thoughts. Look at how far you have walked through the dark, my child. The enemy meant to destroy your faith in the long wilderness, but you are emerging stronger, purer, and more powerful than ever before. You are no longer the exhausted survivor who merely exists to endure pain. You are my chosen warrior, a living light bearer, and an heir to an unshakable kingdom of grace. The past mistakes that used to haunt your thoughts are wiped clean by my grace. You do not need to carry the guilt of yesterday into the glory of tomorrow. I have removed your transgressions as far as the east is from the west. When I look at you, I do not see your failures or your flaws. I see a pure and holy child who is being shaped into my divine image. Walk with freedom in your spirit. Say these sacred words quietly inside your spirit right now. Declare with me, I am a vessel fully restored to receive what you have prepared for me. Declare inside your heart, my channel is clear, and the signal you placed in me from the beginning is returned. Declare with total trust. The noise of the enemy no longer has dominion over my mind, and I receive all my blessings in peace. Let those divine declarations settle deep into your bones. You have become like a little child once again, open, clear, and fully receptive to my loving goodness. What was broken in your past has been reshaped by my hands into a priceless masterpiece. The people around you will see the quiet strength in your eyes, and they will know that I have done a great work in your soul. I am placing a seal of holy protection over your family and your loved ones today. The anxieties you held for your children, your spouse, or your parents can be released into my capable hands. I care for them even more deeply than you do, and my angels are stationed around your home to guard your peace. Rest easy tonight, knowing that I neither slumber nor sleep while watching over you. Do not let the busy world steal the peace you have received in this sacred moment today. When you close this video and return to your daily tasks, carry this quiet stillness inside your heart like a burning lamp. When life tries to rush you or throw noise back into your mind, pause and remember my voice. Remember that I am standing right beside you, closer than your very breath. As we prepare to bring this message to a close, I invite you to take a few small steps of spiritual obedience right now. These simple actions are not worldly chores or empty obligations. They are sacred seals upon the covenant of peace we have made together today. First, tap the like button on this video as a physical act of agreement between your heart and mine. Let your light be a strong anchor that seals this divine message into your life forever. Second, take a moment to write a short prayer or a declaration of faith down in the comments below. Share what your heart is feeling right now, even if you do not have the perfect words. Your simple words of faith will inspire and strengthen another weary soul who was guided here today. Third, I ask you to share this message with 3 souls in your life who are secretly crying out for hope. You know who they are, my child. They are the ones who smile on the outside while fighting heavy battles in the dark. Be the hands and feet of my love today by sending this light directly to their weary hearts. You were saved and healed so that you could bring life to others. And finally, subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification bell so you do not miss my daily guidance. I am releasing fresh words of encouragement and divine direction for your journey every single day. Staying connected to my voice will help you keep your spiritual armor strong and your mind focused on my promises in every season ahead. Do not walk alone anymore. Let the quiet assurance of my love settle over your soul like a soft blanket. You have given me your attention, and I have given you my heart. The spiritual shift that occurred in this message is real, and it will manifest in your daily life in ways that will cause you to stand in awe. Trust the process. Trust my timing, and trust that I am working all things together for your good. Now, my beloved child, take a comfortable posture and let your heart be still. I am releasing my final blessing over your life, your home, and your future in this very hour. May my peace, which passes all human understanding, guard your heart and your mind today. May my presence go before you to make every rough place smooth and every closed door swing wide open. May my protection surround you and your family like an impenetrable wall of holy fire. No weapon formed against your mind, your health, or your finances shall prosper in this new season. I am breaking every assignment of confusion, anxiety, and fear right now. I am filling your home with quiet joy, supernatural favor, and unexpected answers to your oldest prayers. I am blessing the work of your hands, and I am blessing the thoughts of your mind. The doors that were locked against you are now opening by my command, and the resources you need are finding their way to your path. You will no longer walk in scarcity or fear of tomorrow, because I am your provider and your shepherd. I have prepared a table of abundance for you. You are loved beyond all measure, my child. You are seen, you are heard, and you are never alone. The long waiting season is over, and your time of restoration is beginning right now. Walk forward with your head held high, knowing that the Creator of heaven and earth is holding your hand every step of the way. Go in my peace, and rest forever in my love.